everybody. Happy Saturday. Hopefully you're well. Doing a VR today. I don't do a lot of these, but I do them for friends and channels I really watch and really like. So this one's going out to NJPiper Ben. He just won my 600 sub goal, by the way. Great channel, great guy. Love his content. He asked us, what's our favorite movie? That is about the same as asking what your favorite tobacco is. There's a million. It's hard to pick, but I tell you, there's one that I always go back to, and it's fairly recent. It's not a classic. It's not something that jumps out at a lot of people, but the lines in the movie, and the storyline in the movie, and the actors in the movie are just phenomenal. In my opinion. In my opinion. By the way, Savinelli Eleganza 207. Yeah, it's the apple. Straight apple, one of my favorite shapes. Anyhow, Carter Hall. Just been on a Carter Hall kick lately. The movie I would pick, and again, it's like, what's your favorite tobacco? Depends on the day. But the one that really jumps out at me that I always go back to, that I always, if it's on, I stop and I watch it, is Rounders. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it. It's Matt Damon, and essentially he's a card player in New York, and I don't want to give away the storyline, but squanders away all of his money, loses the girl, blah, 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 blah. But some of the lines in that movie are just freaking amazing. Again, Buckeye's opinion. You know, the opening, when it says, the movie opens, and it's Mike McDermott is the character, and that's played by Matt Damon. He said, listen, you know, here's the thing. If you can't spot the sucker in your first 30 minutes at the table, you are the sucker. So Mike goes on and helps his friend do thick and thin, more than a friend ever should. Vouches for the guy, gets himself in a lot of trouble. So he has to play his way out of it. And he's in trouble. He's in trouble with the worst kind of people. I think that's the line of the movie too. What kind of trouble you're in? I'm in a lot of trouble with the worst kind of. But during the movie, he goes back, and there's a character called Teddy KGB. It's played by John Malkovich. And this is, John Malkovich is just classic in this role. Again, my opinion. He owes him a lot of money. But he also knows that Teddy KGB has a big ego, and he can play on that. So he goes in, doesn't have all his money, says, hey, I can't pay you. I'm here, I can't pay you. This is what I do have. And essentially, we can play some cards. KGB's, of course. KGB's a phenomenal card player. One of the lines I love when Mike McDermott walks back into that snake pit, and it's a snake pit, it's a viper den. With all these unsavory characters, he says, I feel like I'm Buckner walking back into Shea. And that just, you know, as a kid, I remember Buckner bobbling that, and I think it's the '86 World Series. I didn't look it up, so don't quote me, but Boston Red Sox first baseman, boots it, Mets win the series. I loved Buckner as a kid because he was a Cub for a long time. Anyhow, the other line in the movie that's just phenomenal to me is McDermott just plays with Teddy KGB this last round of cards. Just plays with it, plays with it, plays with it. Teddy KGB thinks he has him. And he's all in. Mike's all in. And The last card up, see an ace. And Teddy KGB kind of looks over at him, says he's all in, just splash the pie. Said, you know, the line is, it hurts, doesn't it? Your hopes dashed, your dreams down the fucking toilet. Your fate sitting right next to you. That ace could not have helped you. McDermott just looks at him and says, you're right, Teddy. That ace didn't help me. I flopped the nut straight. Flips over the 9 and the ace of spades. Teddy loses it. Just loses it. Played him. Mike played him. Took all his money and then some. And fantastic. I mean, there's line after line in that movie. So if you haven't seen Rounders, I don't want to spoil it, but hell, I might go watch it tonight. There's another line in that movie that always stands out to me. It's when McDermott's asking another guy, hey, why do you think he's asking his girlfriend. She's saying basically card playing's just luck. And he said, look, why do you think the final 5 people make it to the final table in the World Series of Poker every year? They're just the luckiest fucking people alive. And there's a lot of skill. And that movie really showed me the amount of skill that really is in Texas Hold'em. And really, that movie really exploded, in my opinion, Texas Hold'em. It really boomed. Before that movie, you didn't see the World Series of Poker and everything else. I mean, it was on, but not to the level it is today. And great stuff. Anyhow, I rambled enough. Ben, congratulations on 400 subs. Wishing you all the best in the future, my friend. Keep the content coming. I'm enjoying watching everybody's favorite movies. There's certainly some classics out there. And again, it's tough to pick. Different day, catch me at a different time. And Rounders, you know, I'm going to say it's my favorite today. Tomorrow, it's certainly in my top 5 of all time. Edward Norton playing Worm. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic performance. But I always go back to it's one of the Matt Damon movies I really like. And then the John Malkovich character, Teddy KGB, is just phenomenal. Anyhow, keep the content coming, Ben. Congratulations. We'll catch you next time, everybody.